Welcome back, friends. Hope you enjoyed your break and are having a wonderful week. We are here, week 2 in NECC Overwatch. Jeff and Billy back at you for our second match of the night. Heading into the Champions Division this time around.
Yep, we have jumped up a couple divisions here, one step before the Legends, and we've got Purdue Gold versus the Milwaukee School of Engineering. I got Missouri on my brain. I live here. Yeah, it's been a long week. It's been a long day.
So many M states. So many M states.
It's true. It's true.
And M cities, for that matter. You know, the great state of Milwaukee. That's...
It's Milwaukee.
But,
we got Purdue Gold versus Milwaukee School of Engineering. From here on out, MSOE. We will say, take a look at these two rosters. Now, this is a repeat of last year's Champion Division Finals, which saw Purdue Gold take the win. And we've got the backwards here. Maybe no.
This is correct. Like you're talking about, Purdue Gold are your defending champions here in the Champions Division, going 9-0 in the regular season, winning that Grand Finals 4-1 against the MSOE Raiders. But this is an entirely new roster, not a single returning player from that undefeated championship-winning roster. So new looks coming out from Purdue Gold. I mean, so far so good. They 3-0'd Ball State last week, so looking flawless to start things off here in fall 23.
Yeah, and I mean, as we take a look at MSOE, the Raiders, they do have a little bit of returning coming in here. We got Corgi coming back. We've got Rattler coming back in as well. Aiden Hulk, I believe I remember from last year as well.
Yeah, it's Nave is the only newcomer on this
right.
That we're starting. They also have another, I believe, DPS player. I'm not confident in the role, but another new freshman named Allen who is on the bench that we might get to see debut here today. But otherwise, the majority of this roster returning. It looks like we are going to see Corgi, who I believe played support for the majority of last year,
correct,
moving up to the DPS role this time around.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a rough first week. They get O2'd on control. They go 2-3 on hybrid, and then the information just stops. So I'm not sure exactly what happened in week number 1 for them, but it looks like they took it on the chin. So this is a bounce back week for your Raiders, your runners up from 2022-2023 season. And we'll see how we get going. We're going to start out, obviously, taking a look at our maps here. We're going to start out on Antarctic Peninsula. That is going to be our map choice to start us today. We'll go to hybrid and flashpoint guaranteed. After that, remember, it is winner ban and loser pick. And, well, we're going to start off in the frozen wasteland that is Antarctica.
Oh, Antarctica Peninsula. I have mixed feelings on this map. It can be a very difficult map. An unusual approach. High ground always important, and we're looking, when you move over to labs and it's, that tight little closed space that is the objective, like it just feels so claustrophobic. It feels like you have no room to work in almost any of these control points.
I mean, Icebreaker I think is my favorite just because there are so many multiple points of entry onto the point. Symmetra works very well here, so does Bastion. If you decide to go with more of what the quote-unquote meta is going on right now, moving a Bastion around with that teleporter could really throw a wrench in some people's back lawns. So MSOE did lose, I believe it was 3-0 to your Hoosiers from Indiana. But this is a chance for them to bounce back this week, and we'll see how the returning senior leadership comes in here for MSOE up against this new look Purdue Gold squad.
Are you throwing wrenches into people's lawns, Billy? What have I told you about that? Don't do that.
I have to do it. Penguin watch.
Fun fact, if you're playing D&D and you need to fly, do not turn into a penguin. It does not work very well. It's not a good polymorph target. I'm just throwing that out there for all you D&D players. But, for your Overwatch players, let's take a look at these compositions. The Raiders showing us the Junker Queen.
I like it. You get a lot of early frontline pressure onto an opposing team. This is going to be Icebreaker that we are starting off on here. So Swigs and Alistair going to use the May and Bastion that we saw work to supreme advantage in our previous series on King's Row.
Yeah, the Raiders are going to have the Symmetra, so a lot more maneuverability to get their Bastion around the map. We'll see if the wall of Alistair can be the difference maker. Rattler already going very deep, kind of taking away the high ground and forcing a rotation for Purdue Gold. They just move around and get themselves on the objective, which hasn't unlocked yet, so it's not an advantage just yet. Early immortality field already used, so Purdue is going to get aggressive. Forces the immortality from the other side, and J-Joka9 falls immediately. Good heals from Shattered Axe, keeping everybody alive so Rattler can move on to this point. Shattered Axe even manages to get a kill along the way. Superb Baptiste play. Coming out from the Raiders, and they're going to grab, well, technically first control went to Purdue, but first real ownership of the point goes to the Raiders.
I mean, Shattered Axe showing why Baptiste is still so very strong, especially in this Bastion composition where you can have that immortality field. If you can get the right angle on it and give yourself a little bit of geometry to work with, you can keep your Bastion nice and sturdy, allow those spam heals to come through. Now it's all about this the Ant Matrix coming through. Where do they set it up at?
Speeding on to the point, goes Purdue Gold, and right past the Ant Matrix that was trying to cut him off. J-Joka9 has to do a little bit of sim mess on one side. Ant Matrix will keep the Raiders from rotating around to that back angle, and so Purdue can deal with that. Artillery strike now thrown in. It forces Baptiste all the way to the other side, but separated from J-Joka. And they're going to fall without being able to use that Earth Shatter. Now a Photon Barrier to try to close things out here from the Raiders. Ooh, naval about side. Corgi is going to find that kill and keep the freshman alive and standing.
You love it. You love it. I mean, look at the discipline there that came from Alistair. Had that Blizzard for probably a good 30 seconds. Knew that it was a lost fight. Just try to build up as much as they could. Try to take Corgi out of the fight. It forces the Photon Barrier, though. And that's the big trade there for Purdue Gold. So they have some options here. Shatter's going to be up, ready to go. But watch out for this Rampages online.
Oh, and the sneaky placement here from Rattler. Trying to see if they can hold off against the Shadow Sound Barrier, though, is beautiful. Here from the aim. Whoa. And the Blizzard will clean up everything else. Backlight doing its job to perfection here for Purdue Gold.
I mean, quick fight. Quick flip there. I mean, you're still looking at the looking at Rattler on the point. It gets about another, what, 10% just for stalling out. So, I mean, good usage of the high ground there, being able to rotate around. The Blizzard was absolutely chef's kiss, and now Tom has another Ant Matrix ready to go, Jeff. So the approach here for MSOE, you got to be careful. You're going to have your own here in just a few seconds, so you've got a little bit of options if you can be patient.
Anticipating. Oh, Ant Matrix early from Purdue. The Raiders just back around the corner. They just cut it. Uh-oh. Rattlers dropped down. Could be a little bit of trouble. It looks like the rest of the team is there to cover. Rattler's still trying to hold down this door, but the wall is just excellent. A death sentence for Rattler the moment they cross that threshold. And it's back to spawn you go.
I mean, Alistair has been really, really keen on these walls so far, hasn't he? Just had a fantastic time placing them in the right way, has been very judicious with the usage of the ice block as well, and is absolutely deadly with those left clicks.
Photon Barrier to start things up. J-Joka9 once again in very, very deep. Aggressive Reinhardt play. The aim was there, trying to keep them alive through it, but Sim Barrier and Ant Matrix is just too much for any Reinhardt to handle.
Oh gosh, but I mean, you're going to have a 3-pack of ultimates coming in here for Purdue Gold. That's a late stagger on Alistair. That's unfortunate in the extreme.
It's going to be final fight either way,
right,
honestly.
Right. I mean, it's 95, so last fight, you've got the artillery strike ready to go. Your Rattler onto their own Reinhardt now, 65 and counting to shatter. J-Joka is going to get there first. Let's see where we go. This artillery strike is going to make them reposition.
Very early. A kill here would be huge. Doesn't look like they're going to fight it. Oh, I love the delay. A little bit of an Edison strategy on the use of the 3 artillery strikes. And we're going to get a cluster from Swigs, and Shattered Axe can't escape. Purdue go with a massive advantage before the fight ever starts. Wall has already been used. Rattler is gone. Corgi down as well. Sound Barrier celebration. And Purdue Gold take our first submap.
I mean, what a back-and-forth fight, though. This is going to be a lot more indicative, I think, going through the rest of our map types. If we're this back-and-forth right now, Jeff, I can't wait till we go to hybrid, to be quite honest. Control is control. I always give it, a little bit of a thumb in the nose. But Shattered Axe had himself a map here, and then he didn't. And it was the fact that Alistair right there, the right clicks were so damn impactful on the wall. Just perfection from him.
Yeah, it's textbook use of the May wall. Rattler not able to get any heals from the other side of that. Good showing from Nave to start things off. The freshman here from the Raiders. The first use of the artillery truck was absolutely fight-winning. But Purdue Gold entirely built of newcomers. And still, so far, looking flawless.
I tell you what, Jeff, this is why I love the NECC in particular, is that we get to see a lot of rotations. Oh my God, that's an early kill coming through. We're all about the players here. And I mean, look at that, just canceling the wall. And now you've got the Arissa. How did the Arissa get over the top of that?
I don't know, but Shattered Axe is not going to get out of that alive, not even with the Immortality Field. And this is what the Raiders have chosen to go over to a Sombra here. Which, yeah, newly buffed, and her new kit is very strong, but I don't know how well it's going to pair in this Brawly composition that we're seeing with Maywall and Swigs on that Bastion.
I mean, it's the fact that we're looking at the aim really being aggressive with these amps in. You love the quick mobility and the quick killing power. I mean, this Purdue Gold squad looks just as lethal as last year's championship team.
Rattler on the JQ. Early Ant Matrix. Oh, those fire strikes are so dangerous. So's the Bastion. One bomb through that is just immediate death. Rattler wants to get aggressive, pushes out into the bulk of the back. A ball move. God, it's not going to pay off. Your healers just could not get to you. Rattler wanted to make a play, but Purdue Gold shut it down. Now, Alistair Falling's a different story. The freshman Nave finding a very important pick here for the Raiders. Unfortunately, Shattered Axe falls, and it's kind of nullified.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the speed to get you out as well, so you can reposition, get your cooldowns back, and get ready for another fight. Now, double DPS Ultimate's ready to go here for Purdue Gold. Big shatter as well!
Good Immortality Field. The heals there. J-Choka 9. Surrounded by the Raiders, and yet still on their feet. Eventually, we can take it down and take the Sound Barrier in an M-Matrix to make it happen. 2 support ults just to get the Reinhardt out of the fight, and Nave won't even make it to the point. Finally, we're seeing Corgi show up in the feed, and the EMP is out, but Rattler is down. This is going to be so tough to close out without the Junker Queen there. Now a Sound Barrier from AIM might just do it. 85% on the board here for Purdue, and the Blizzard has Aiden Hulk locked in place, sitting at 1 in a corner. Easy pickings for Alistair.
Oh man, what a great fight. What a great commitment there as well, Jeff. And Purdue Gold right now showing us why they were champions last year. There's going to be a last second touch. Yeah,
Corgi is able to get that in. Artillery strike coming in from Nave as well. That does get out some utility from Tom. Oh, but that fire strike, long range. The wall nearly blocked the rampage, but still, I'm not sure there's enough reinforcements for the Raiders to even follow up on it. I say that. That's 2 down. Rattler gets a 3rd, and Nave gets the Suzu to stay alive. Shattered Axe and Rattler just completely clutch that fight.
I mean, that's a fight that they should not have won. And I think that there's a little bit of moxie going on there from Purdue Gold, but I mean, it's 99. You've got at least 4 fights right now, and you just spent your entire bank to take this point over. So, I mean, it's just a battle of attrition right now, isn't it, Jeff?
I mean, yeah, it feels inevitable that Purdue is just going to hit a boiling point with their ults. J-Joker 9, woo, eats a hack, has to use an Immortality Field, or at least get one. Oh, charges right into the Bastion. That looked like the Reinhardt just tripped over a stick mid-pin and face planted.
Oh, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Hello? The A?
Good kill.
The A?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, good.
And Purdue Gold, despite not having their Reinhardt, are actually in command on this objective. They've got control of it. They've got the overtime going. Somebody's got to step out. I think Corgi was there to at least keep the OT alive. Now a Kitsune rushes down, but a shatter right in the middle of an immediate death onto Aiden Hulk. Hammer onto Corgi, sends them packing, and Purdue Gold now up 3. Not looking like we're going to get the heroics we saw last time. It is still a Bastion and a Wrecking Ball on this point. Rattler quickly dealt with, and Purdue win the map.
But it was entertaining. But did you really die? Seriously, that was almost textbook coming out of Purdue Gold there. They look so damn good right now. Rattler.
This is the clutch. Yeah, this
is the clutch.
Watch the Maywall. Oh, it's after. It's after the rampage had already been thrown. So the Maywall was like 1 frame from stopping this whole play. But Rattler gets
so
it
good.
done. I mean, what a clutch. I mean, props to the Raiders for at least pulling out that fight. This is going to be a good series, y'all.
I mean, Shattered Axe right now is a star. I mean, doing so much more than Nave and Corgi right now as far as, like, raw output of getting stuff done. Absolutely fantastic from the support here for Milwaukee. I love it. I love it. I mean, we were begging for some not 3 Overwatch. Well, I think we're going to get it tonight, Jeff.
The last one with the distance going all 5. And that was starting out with Center College going 2-0 on Control. And, well, they ended up losing that 5-map series. We'll see if the same fate falls on Purdue, though. So far, so good. As they're able to keep J-Joker9 alive through these just very aggressive pins. that was particularly good. The Maywall burst open after the pin had been started. So J-Joker9 thought they were going to be able to pin into the wall. Then there's just a big opening and a bastion waiting. Surprise!
You got melted. It's like throwing a stick into a bike spokes. Just dead.
That was great. That was great.
I mean, it was great.
But
we love it. We love it.
Fun moments aside, though, the team play from Purdue Gold was outstanding. I mean, it was truly something to behold. Everybody get the mix. It's hard to point out one player. Obviously, Alistair on the May had a really noticeable impact. That seemed to stand out a little bit above the rest. But honestly, the entire team on point there from Purdue Gold.
I mean, Jeff, I think for me, and you know how when a support is really doing something, I like to point it out. I think the aim, the Lucio player for Purdue Gold, was really impressing me. Just it's almost like that sixth sense of when to speed somebody out. They had the amp ready to go. They were able to disengage quite a few times. The immortality barriers that came in from their teammate was great. Got some bans coming in. So Purdue has banned Hollywood. Looks like we are heading to beautiful, sunny and warm Numbani. And this makes me think that we want to run something with a little bit more verticality to it, Jeff.
This is a fun map. I love this map. Definitely gonna shake things up. I doubt we're gonna get the Ryan versus JQ or Ryan matchup on Numbani. This is gonna be a bit of a mix up for our teams, and you know what? Maybe we get a look at what they can do with some other styles, some different kinds of compositions and strategies.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this actually goes. Sigma plays so well here right now. I don't know when Sigma decided that he was going to be at the forefront of everything, but it happened. And I think that Sigma here is such a great play because you do have the ability to negate a lot of what you see coming out from an opposition DPS core. The kinetic grasp, the accretion, the experimental barrier, gravitic flux is always awesome. And then just the sheer output of damage that the hyperspheres bring. I don't think people realize how completely destructive Sigma is. And if you've got a really good, in-tune, in-sync support line behind you, Sigma is damn near unkillable. Blend of spices and nutrition going in. So I love this. I want to see if Sigma is actually going to be the pick here, or do we see, maybe an Orisa, maybe a Diva? I mean, Diva should be around right now, and she's just not. I don't know what happened to our girl, because she used to be so very strong here. But, I mean, the flying days seem to be past us for a little while. Here meta-wise, Jeff, and, well, I say that as we see our girl.
It's an interesting pick. Diva's in a bit of a weird spot.
Right.
I'm
a big Diva player. So, it's hard to play her.
Yeah,
she does so well.
It's hard to get the pressure you need from a Diva. Diva is very mobile, very move to the front and kind of hold space, move to the back and be able to peel. Obviously you can move to high ground and those kind of things as well, but it doesn't have the just front load pressure to be able to hold space like a lot of tanks do nowadays in Overwatch. Right. So we'll see what Rattler's able to get done. I think this is going to put a lot of pressure on Nave and Corgi to output the damage required to keep Purdue from taking optimal angles. Otherwise, I think Purdue's just going to run over them.
Right, and I think that for Raiders, we're looking to play for Nanoblade, and then you're looking at Corgi to like stall any feints on the side. But I mean, Purdue Gold just has to speed passing, just take care of stuff. But I say that as Corgi takes down Swigs.
Oh, the teleport to the high ground is gorgeous, though. Beautiful positioning here from Purdue. They are playing now 2 players down, though. No Sim, no Lucio, no maneuverability whatsoever. And the remaining 3 players kind of stuck out in the streets.
I mean, Jeff, I was worried about the Ana pick here because of the mobility that you see from Purdue Gold, but nah. A Shattered Axe is completely just fine. I'm good. I'm good. We're going to go ahead and deal with this. And Swigs, you know what, come back with his Symmetra. Gets that's the go sign right there. That's the go sign. Once you take that turret down, you got to get in on top of it.
Only 2 moved in. It's just the Sim and the Lucio that are able to get up there and use that. Okay, here the Life Weaver's there. Looks like the rest of Purdue are starting to regroup here on this high ground.
They have a tree already, Jeff.
Yeah, there's been a lot of heal. I mean, Nano and Self-Destruct are both ready on the other side. Nave up top gets the better end of the Genji duel, but finds themselves surrounded by members of Purdue. Rattler coming in to try to back them up, and at least goes tit for tat to down from the attacking Purdue Gold. They've moved on to the point, at least J-Joka 9 has. Rattler putting down some damage. Decides they can't finish them off, but the Raiders are firmly in grip of this point at the moment.
Okay, so I mean, what we're looking at right now, I mean, Aiden Hulk right now on the Brigida is just providing like backline pressure and sustain here for Shattered Axe on the Ana. So, I mean, we've already had 1 Nano out, already 43% to the next one. Jeff, this support play right now for Milwaukee is absolutely crushing it.
I didn't even see where that Nano went.
It went on to Rattler.
Oh, of course. Of course. I should have known. Teleport in onto the back line. The Raiders are actually hiding this time. Rampage out. Sound barrier tree. Purdue's throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this fight. Molten Core out from Corgi, though, has made things a little bit difficult. Both supports now dead. The Raiders survive the onslaught.
What?
Unreal. Both support ults and a Rampage thrown in, and the Raiders still stand tall.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, so, I mean, Purdue might be trying to play with their food a little bit. And right now, the fact that Rattler has so much mobility, Jeff, they're winning the battle of attrition here. We are almost sub 60 seconds. Full swap in the support core right now. You got Blade and the Photon Barrier. They've got to get in on this point, and they've got to capture it now.
Really fascinating strategy from the Raiders to kind of bait them in and then surround them since they don't have that frontline pressure that we were talking about. Once again, same strategy from Purdue as they teleport to the back high ground. No supports to be found up there. Photon Barrier out from Swigs, and Rattler will get chased back down. Ooh, in fact, it's getting hunted here a bit. That defense can't block the beam, but Dave is there to back you up. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. The DPS stepping up and putting the pressure down required to keep Purdue from activating their goal, from doing what they want to do, from executing. Oh, no, but a DMEC on the Rattler might turn things down. Time's running out for Purdue, though.
Yeah, 20 seconds left. I mean, you're 80 to the Shatter right now. They've got support up there. So, I mean, really, if you can get the Pilot Diva right now, that's the most important thing. That's the priority pick, and they're 35%. They haven't landed enough damage yet.
Oh, it's going to be close. I think Rattler will get back in mech here. Same strat. Please tell me somebody's going to get on the point. Thank you. All 5 players immediately like, whoa, let's not C9 this. Corgi does fall. I don't know if there's enough reinforcements here for a retake, but the Raiders are going to go for it. Yeah, well, nevertheless. Bionade used defensively on the Rattler, and it's not enough to get them up to that self-destruct. The sleep just a touch late to save Rattler from that final swing coming out from J-Joka 9, and the point is capped. Took Purdue all of their 4 minutes to make it happen, but they get the job done.
Well, I mean, you know, you've got self-destruct ready to go. Blade is online. You're going to wait for Shattered Axe to get yourself to the Nano. Have a Nano Blade engage, but I mean, look at this. Even from that one fight swap now, you already have an Ant Matrix, Jeff, and you also are 7% away from a sound barrier, so you've got some stability here. You know what? They had fun. They played around. Now they're going serious.
No more Mr. Nice Ninja. Bastion has come out to play. We have an opportunity for the old Dallas Fuel teleport in Ant Matrix Bastion trick. Got to find a good target. Look at that. There's a Kiriko up there. Perhaps the Ana would be the better target. But constantly getting harassed. J-Joke and 9 not really allowed to set up here.
No shot.
The shatter on Knave. Solos the freshman. He gets him out of there before they're able to pull out the katana. But this is one messy fight in this tiny little room. One that the Raiders are actually finding themselves on top. They've got a bit of an edge as far as player advantage.
Well, I mean, it's scrappy.
Very.
I mean, you love it. Right now, they haven't dealt with Corgi enough. Corgi is the big difference right now in being able to catch these feints and put a lot of pressure onto the shield of J-Joke. And once again, goes down. That is the power. I mean, what an anti coming out from Shattered Axe there that takes J-Joke down. You know what? We're sub 60 seconds again, and we're only halfway through the streets.
Smart play from Raiders, putting Corgi on that Torben. They have indeed stepped up to kind of fill some of the missing value that you get from having Diva in there, not having the punching power of something like a Reinhardt or a Zarya or a Junker Queen. But Corgi has truly stepped up to kind of help in that tank department, help in that space creating department. Now, Purdue are walking into the Raiders' trap. They have so many tools, but the teleport is fast. Lightning quick moves here from Purdue, and they're chasing the Raiders all the way back. Fire Strike on a Shattered Axe. Nade used defensively, and the Ana won't die. Immortal Shattered Axe does it again, and J-Joke 9 falls to the grandma with the sniper rifle.
10 seconds left, and that's going to do it. I mean, you've got Kitsune Rush, you've got Nano Blade ready to go, Shatter. I'm sorry, and the Blade is ready to go. So I mean, you've got everything you need. They get there on the point though.
Kitsune Rush here from Aiden Hulk is going to work through a lot of that sound barrier. Now the Blade is out, and there's nothing to defend against it. The aim is the first one to go down. The Susie will already use, and it's just working through a hot knife through butter, and Knave cleaves through the entirety of the Purdue Gold squad. They will not make it any further. MSOE stopped them dead in their tracks.
Swigs. Yeah. Yeah. That was a disconnect.
That was certainly a DC moment. I mean, Raiders, beautiful economy. They were fully stocked up in that final fight. Nothing Purdue could do, and we're very patient with it as well. Getting the sound barrier out early and giving Knave the freshman room to move in and have some fun. And have some fun they did. Finding some revenge from that solo shatter from a little bit earlier. Oh, and this play from Shattered Axe.
Come on. I mean, Anti slept and gets the final blow. I mean, actually, Aiden got it, but still. The damage was done by the Ana. Don't say that Grandma can't protect herself, because, well, she can. She can.
Oh, anticlimactic there. So we go to the pause screen. Beautiful, beautiful stuff out of the Raiders. And, well, I'm getting some shades of our last series here, Billy. You know, we had a dominant control map, and then the other team comes back and wins it in hybrid. And, well, the Milwaukee School of Engineering have constructed themselves a pretty easily attainable win condition here.
Absolutely. Looks like we got our DC player back in. Yep, we do. So the gremlins of the internet have released their hold on Swigs' PC. But, I mean, for Purdue here, I mean, that's got to be a blow to the ego right now, because that was an ego pick that they tried to force for the first 3 fights, and then they got serious. So I would expect from Purdue here, they really need to come out, you know, not fooling around, and it looks like they're doing just that.
Swig's pulling out the 76. This is an interesting. And we haven't even really got to touch on the Life Weaver yet. How often do we see Life Weaver in competition?
Well, we just saw it. I mean, we just saw it.
No, I'm saying we hadn't even really had a chance to touch on it, though. And the aim is pulling it out again here. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure if you're going to get the value out of the Life Weaver that you might out of a Kiriko or a Lucio.
I think that you can pull either your Ryan, because J Joker right now is way over aggressive. Like, please unbind your charge key, because you're putting your team at a disadvantage when you charge in so aggressively. But I think that for the Life Weaver right now, it can either pull your Ryan out or it can pull your Bastion out, because your Immortal and invulnerable while you're being transported away. So I think for them,
you make a really good point. With as aggressive as J Joker is, maybe the Life Weaver is a good pick. Good bio from Shattered Axe to start things off. J Joker has to just back up around the corner. Alistair's going to go ahead and throw wheels down to try to keep the Raiders at bay, but Rattler doesn't care about your Gatling gun. Big old defense matrix works out. Does need a bio nade to stay alive, and the Raiders kind of have to stop for a beat. Meanwhile, Aiden Hulk is down low on the outside. With Nave, they're able to find swings. This two-prong attack from the Raiders is working out well. They just got to get this Bastion down.
I mean, you've got geometry right now. You don't have the healers. Oh my gosh, it's an early nano.
Yeah, less than a minute for that nano. Oh, and Alistair's in trouble. Yep, good play coming out from the Raiders. They knew exactly what their target was, and they invest appropriately to get that kill. Should just be cleanup from here.
Yep, I mean, this is going to be an early take of point A, one fight, and it's done. And, I mean, for Purdue Gold, I mean, the aim right now, the Life Weaver, ain't it, Chief?
Yeah, even the ultimate can, I don't feel like, provides as much value as Soundbarrier or Kitsune Rush would. But, you know what? There's still time. Still time for the aim to prove us wrong. I am excited to see, different looks, different compositions. Uh-oh, look at Alistair, y'all.
What do you do?
Alistair's just hiding down here. They don't know Alistair's here. This could be ruthless. Alistair has the ability to just pop out behind him. He needs to time it just right. You can't go out there by yourself. He's waiting for the team to come in. J Joka has swapped to a Sigma and moving back onto this point. Remember, the box of victory is right here. Ooh. Is the patience going to pay off? Alistair's going to drop 2 right on the cart. Just finds... Oh, there's the third. Just gets a turret for their effort. And Rattler self-destructed and gets the reback kill. No way. Alistair's flank is just not going to get it done. MSOE Raiders, they're on top of it. They make the adjustments. They keep their heads on a swivel, and they take map 2.
Oh, man. Perfect map from Milwaukee. I mean, absolutely textbook. I tell you what, this is what happens when you are overconfident and you go in there and you play a little... You play a little funny stuff. I mean, yeah. Show them the pictures. We love it. This Molten Core was everything that I wanted it to be.
Yeah, this is the reason that they were able to get away. Shattered Axe. That's what Shattered Axe and the Ana. That Molten Core kept them alive through that. It kept the entirety of Purdue Gold at bay. And J Joka 9 and it just ended up on an island. Same thing here. Another phenomenal Molten Core. That was a 3-ult fight from Purdue. That Corgi manages to shut down with 1 Molten Core. I say that they actually used 3 ults as well in that fight, but it was the Molten Core that really did all the work.
Yep. And I mean, Pilot Diva takes down J Joka there, by the way, after the solo shatter. This is my play of the day so far. Is Shattered Axe versus J Joka. Sleep, antied, and then deleted. Absolutely beautiful.
Gets the nano out before dying to Alistair's sneaky artillery strike. I'm surprised they opted to go for the artillery strike. I thought they were going to pop out in turret form and try to just mow down the supports, but opt for the artillery strike instead. Does not pay off. And then, yeah, how often does that happen? My goodness.
Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. But hey, we got more Overwatch, and it's not 3 Overwatch here so far to start the day. We're in week number 2. We're tied up 1-1. We're going to Flashpoint next, but we're going to take a quick little break. Don't go away. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes.
We're all tied up, headed into the half. Purdue Gold, MSOE Raiders locked at 1 apiece. A rematch from our grand finals of last year. And, well, you know what? We've got a new map type this time around, though, Billy.
Oh, boy. We got Flashpoint, and I tell you what, we're heading to Suravasa, which is my preferred Flashpoint. I think it's more open to compositions. I think that you can fluctuate around. We haven't seen a Sojourn really.
We have not seen a whole lot of Sojourn in this series, have we?
Not this series, and I think Sojourn plays so well here with the mobility. With the ability to hold areas with the dispersion shot. Ugh, I would love to see our dear girl come out here. We're going to start off on market as always, and then we'll go northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast, depending on where we go.
Yeah. Randomly selected points here. One of the caveats, one of the fun little wrenches into the strategies that is Flashpoint.
We're here for it.
Raiders still showing us the Junker Queen.
Okay.
Yeah, after a stint on Diva, which we haven't seen in forever on Numbani. Going back to what we saw a little bit there on Antarctic Peninsula.
Right. I mean, Joka really owned it there. So we do have Shattered Axe on the Kiriko, though, this time. So no Baptiste here. So you're not going to have that get out of jail card. And I think that's going to be something that they need to be very cognizant of. We got Corgi and Knave, though. Sombra Genji. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, with this is a very mobile comp, so the Immortality Field is going to be harder to find value within the Suzu, so I can see why they made the swap. Also, the Concerted Rush is very good with the JQ. Both of our tanks fighting for positions. Purdue have the better at the moment. The wall leaving a little bit of a gap, so not really cording off anybody like they were hoping. Dangerous move from Rattler. They go running right into the Bastion, and it looks like they're going to pay for it. Yeah, eventually Rattler will go down. Just didn't keep track of the wheels down very well, and just Swigs pummeled them with all that damage.
I don't care about your mobility. I'm just going to swing, and we're going to out-rotate you, and we're going to go into the fight. So that is a horrible stagger, BT Dubs, onto Shattered Axe. Over to the Baptiste right away. Now, do we see any changes coming out of the DPS? No, we do not. So, you know what? They're going to try and play for this. God, Knave. Getting very bold.
I would expect more swaps to come out. The Baptiste, I think, is going to struggle in this comp, but we'll see. I've been proven wrong multiple times before. Wouldn't be the first. The aim getting aggressive, going out, looking for Knave, trying to keep them at bay. They're just going to rejoin the team. Ant Matrix now out, and that's a lot of damage for that Bastion, but it's all deflected back, and the Immortality Field has to come out. Swings will eventually finish Knave off once the deflect is gone. And then once in assault form, able to find another one as well. Rampage just hit Joka 9. Try to focus them down, and we'll find that kill. So a good pickup here from Rattler, but I'm not sure there's enough left in the tank to do any more.
Yeah, I mean, Swigs, just waited out the ultimate. Only picked up Joka. That's a great initial pick, by the way. And we're heading to Gardens next, and I mean, we're looking at almost 4 ultimates online. Corgi is not getting the value. Trying to go up against this Reinhardt right now, you just flash the shield up, and it immediately resets the hack timer. So, I mean, that's the big problem right now.
Purdue Gold lucked out with the spawn. They're able to get Joka in and just kind of meet up here and grab this early positional advantage. That Shatter found Rattler. Knave is going to try to counter with a blade. The Immortality Field's got to get out of the way first and get that done. Now looking for the Reinhardt or the Bastion, whichever shows their face. Turn into, lands that triple shot on the Tom as well. Yeah, Swig's got a pair with Swigs and Alistair. Managed to get 2, but the Raiders managed to get the point.
I mean, that's a perfect counterplay to the Shatter. I mean, Joka, it was the right time, right? They had the everybody in line. What they didn't expect was the blade coming out. They didn't think that the Genji had enough damage that came out to be able to build up that blade. And what a blade it was. The manual hacks were perfect from Corgi as well, Jeff. This is a great little turnaround here for the Raiders, and they have both their support ultimates ready to go.
I did not see the Blizzard in that last fight. I don't know if it made it out or what. Anyway, EMP is going to be countered by the Sound Barrier. Immortality Field up as well. And Joka still feeling the brunt of all of that damage. And, well, it's because there's an Immortality Field. And there's double the damage coming out.
What a perfect Ant Matrix that came out there. The Immortality was beautiful. But the Ant Matrix just does everything that you want it to do and then some. Once Joka is down, they just said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and invest this Ant Matrix, and we're going to win this point. And, I mean, it's 90% and counting. Just give it up. Say uncle. Move to the next point.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, there we go. Let's see, I wasn't sure they were going to be able to get the touch, and it was a little hard to tell. Where's our next flashpoint? Looks like they're headed northwest. I guess I spawned northwest, has it not? Oh, it's all the way up there. I see it. It's a race.
I believe it's ruins here. Yeah, this is ruins. So this is going to be a really good spot here for Rattler. If they can get everybody in line with this rampage, absolutely going to be disgusting like that.
Yeah, that's going to be enough. It's just two, but it's two very important targets, and Rattler finishes them both off. Lands the Jagged Knife and the Carnage to cut through Swigs as well. Big three-piece for Rattler, and the Raiders continue to roll.
Week 1 be damned, Jeff. This is a different Raiders squad than what we saw there. I mean, look at this. Just the beautiful positioning. They get everything, and then just the precision. It's like a scalpel through hot butter. Absolutely perfect.
I love the movement, too, knowing the Bastion was trying to hunt him down, so they used a little bit of the LOS of the stairs to kind of block some of that damage. Really good stuff coming out of Rattler in that fight. A couple of ults on the other side. Alistair with the Blizzard, the one I'm keeping an eye on, needs to find value with it. Didn't really get it what they needed out of it last time. It has to be huge on this point. Just locking down Rattler would be a good start. Yeah, the blade out, but ooh, that was a lot of damage. Nate just having to hide in a corner. Still finds Shoka. The Blizzard is down, though. And then they got several people.
Oh, wow.
Rattler will fall in the end. Purdue finding it this time around.
I mean, Jeff, the right clicks. Okay, I wish I had like a 10th of this aim. I would be able to get out of the medal ranks. Good God. Thank you, Hippie. Our wonderful prod. I mean, absolutely stellar in the back scenes, giving us all these wonderful views. And 22% and counting. Still got Shatter and the Artillery Strike in this next fight.
A little bit of
big
there, but Shatter is going to land on a 2. Sound Barrier from Aiden Hulk, though, means there's just nothing to be found on the back of that Shatter. In fact, Jay Joka is the one to fall. I'm not sure if they got AIM Sound Barrier, but massive advantage here to the Raiders, and now they're going to pile on the Rampage on top, which will finish off Swigs. Shouldn't need anything more than that. Ant Matrix is up here from Shattered Axe, and they lose the Baptiste as well.
I mean, this is just really textbook counterplay coming from MSOE. And they're going to get their second point here. They're going to go on map point, and they're going to have the EMP in this next fight, and that should win them not only control of the point, it should get them about 50% towards that final capture percentage that they need.
I love this bluff from the Raiders. The Raiders are playing aggressive, and Purdue are buying it. They're backing up. The Raiders don't have a Baptiste. They have no sustain in that, but Purdue is backing away. That was an incredible bluff from MSOE.
Jeff, we talk about mental chess all the time. Oh, boy, this could be big.
Uh-oh. Rattler's in trouble. Nope, no tank on the battlefield. Oh, we still had one in the pocket. I love using the delay on that artillery strike. It can really mess with people's heads.
I mean, we love it. We're here for it. We love Edison.
It's a very
games.
Edison thing.
It's a very Edison. Yeah. We're both Fuel fans. We don't. We have no shame in that. And well, I mean, I don't even want to talk about grand finals right now. I'm still a little bit sore over that, and seeing all of our heroes cry. Oh my God, big EMP.
You know who else is sore about grand finals is MSOE losing that one last year. The EMP lacks a little bit of follow-up. Purdue Gold still 5 strong as they back up onto this objective. Alistair with Blizzard in hand needs to make sure they stay alive and manage to do so. Blizzard is going to come out. On that front corner, it looks like it might have caught one. Tom just stuck the barrel of that gun down Shattered Axe's throat.
Wow. Okay, the Blizzard was actually huge, but the immortality barrier and Tom deciding that lethality was the option of the day ends up winning that fight. Now you're gonna have Rampage in this next fight. No DPS ultimates. They wasted everything in that last fight. Aiden Hulk is gonna have to be big with this sound barrier because you've got a lot to deal with. What a wall!
Rampage totally blocked. Fortunately, the sound barrier lands. Raiders are lucky that even got through. But a later sound barrier and an Ant Matrix from Purdue Gold should seal the deal here on the 4th checkpoint and send us to our 5th and final point here on Saravasa.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be. Let's see. We're going to Temple.
Yeah,
we're going to Temple. I mean, look at this. What a wall! What a wall!
Perfect. Fight-winning wall out of Alistair. With 2 big Blizzards back-to-back. The first one was a little lackluster, but the last 2 have been enormous. And on this point, Blizzard can be particularly vicious.
Yeah, I mean, this is Palace, actually. I'm sorry. And, well, this is going to be a very impactful point. Wall big once again.
Yeah, it's Nave who's actually cutting the other side of an artillery strike into this small little area. Rattler gets thrown into the ocean. Hope you brought your floaties.
I mean, I like a good pool noodle as much as the next guy, but I don't think you're surviving that. But Joka goes down. No tank up. Tank gone for both sides.
Yeah, it's just Aiden Hulk and Shattered Axe there, I think is what it was. Shattered Axe has gone over to Moira, by the way. I haven't even had a chance to touch on that. Coalescence ready to go. Point in control by Purdue. Rattler has returned, I think, beating J Joka back to this fight. The wall's going to slow things down a little bit. Just in time. J Joka returns. What a perfect stall out of Alistair. And now the Earth Shatter is down, and Corgi will not get back on their feet.
I mean, you force the fade out from Shattered Axe as well, so you don't get any of that healing resource. You don't get any of the damage output from it as well. Absolutely perfect fight. Now you've got the Blizzard online with Immortality going to be in the back pocket. Rattler's actually under some duress right now. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah, this is last opportunity here for the Raiders. Got to find a way to work around this Blizzard. EMP is out. Blade with it. Chop through 3-4 immediately. They beat the Blizzard. They decide to pull the trigger faster, and they find the kills before Alistair can freeze them all up.
I mean, but it was expensive. Okay, it was extremely expensive. So Coalescence in the previous fight. Coalescence in the previous fight, but then you've got both of the DPS ultimates out. So you've got Amp Matrix coming in this next fight, and you're going to have, I mean, the aim on the Lucio has generated these beats relatively quickly for Lucio. So I think that you've got some time here.
There's the Matrix in the back. Ever deadly Bastion sitting behind it, but everybody from Raiders just LOS. Oh! Sneaky move from Swiss. Rattler falls. Now Courtney's trying to bring back this 3v5, but so difficult to escape. Yep, not going to happen. Purdue Gold have locked this one down. It was close here on Suravasa, but I don't think anybody is getting back here. Nope, there's the gold ring of victory for Purdue Gold. They'll take a 2-1 lead here in our series.
Oh, Jeff, I think we're going 5 again. I think we're going 5 again. Something smells like a 5 mapper again. Corgi was absolutely brutal on this Sombra, by the way. This is the closest map that we've seen all night between the first series and now. Oh, my God. So good from all of them. I mean, and Nave, the freshman, absolutely owning sometimes on these dashes going in. Yeah, I mean, just fantastic play all around. It was on a hair's edge, Jeff. I mean, between these two teams, they understand and they're willing to adapt on the fly. That's my favorite part about all this.
That Blizzard did make it out in that fight. It was just way late. That's the one I was questioning earlier. And I was questioning Shattered Axe on the Baptiste. It had some value. I don't know if it quite got as much as Tom on the other side.
Right.
And I mean, could that have been the difference maker in a map that close? I mean, we saw the Moira come out a little bit later, as we see here, but just didn't quite have the same impact that we saw from Tom from Purdue.
Right. And I think that, it's just a little bit compositional difference. But I mean, that blade right there was absolutely delicious.
That whole play was really good. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Nave has some really good Genji mechanics, and for those out there that are watching right now and understanding the mechanics of Genji and how to dash and how to work the blade. By the way, I suck at Genji completely. His understanding of when to dash in, when to be able to throw the deflect up, and then go in with the katana again. Absolutely picture perfect. I got 11 out of 10 on Yelp for him.
Saw some good ones in there, and a good Genji play definitely puts a smile on my face, Billy. Whew. Back and forth these two teams go, which well, it does mean that it will be MSOE Red's map pick as we head into push.
Oh. So Purdue has actually banned Esperanza.
Mm-hmm.
MSOE is taking us to my former homeland, New Queen Street.
Home of Sojourn, some great poutine, and the Overwatch League Grand Finals. We're headed to Toronto here for map number 4.
I mean, I'm gonna let the pronunciation of that slide just because you are a Texan. But seriously, I think this is a great pick.
Pronunciation of Toronto?
No, poutine.
Of poutine?
Poutine.
Okay.
I
lived in Canada for a year. I never heard anybody call it poutine.
You didn't live in Quebec, where it's originated from.
No, I did not. No. I was on the west side.
Yeah. I'm from where it's from. No, but
the Frenchies. Those French Canadians.
I know. Je ne sais quoi. Okay, anyways. C'est le tabarnak. Okay, but I think this actually plays into MSOE's favor right now because Corgi has 2 options here. Either you play the Torbjorn, which got a lot of value there on Nubani, these little cubby holes where you can stick the turret into a really impactful spot, and then use the overload to get yourself out if you were in like serious dire straits. We saw how those molten cores really dictated the pace of play when it came out for Corgi and team. So, this is going to come down to what J-Joka does, and can he be less YOLO of a Rhine?
I mean, it's working for him. They're up 2-1. Definitely trying to toe that line. And definitely a very aggressive Reinhardt in J-Joka 9. But, so far so good. It's been close, though, hasn't it? It's been super, super darn close.
I mean, this is so entertaining. Just watching the mental chess between the 2 teams, Jeff. I think that for me, I think that's the big thing is that we're looking at teams like trying to pick apart the meta right now, and we've actually got a wrecking ball on our field with an Ana. So I mean, Nanoblade going to be on. Nano Visor could be on. J-Joka over to the Junker Queen. So I mean, you're looking for. Oh no.
What? Whoops. That's an oops. And a pretty big one here for Purdue. I mean, you don't have that speed. And aim is at less than 10% towards sound barrier. A big mistake here in map 4. And one that's going to give the Raiders an early edge. They might be able to take some more off of this great hack to stop that pile driver from the evil Rattler on the wrecking ball. All right, looks like reinforcements have returned. Aim is back. Purdue at full strength, and looking to take this fight into the back line. Goes to Alistair. Hack on his Shattered Axe. The Otto's in trouble.
I mean, this is done. I mean, other than the stall coming from the wrecking ball, this fight should be over. Yeah, I say that. Bye-bye, Swigs.
Yeah, Rattler's able to snag one, but obviously the Sombra is a little quick. Shouldn't stall this out too much. Knave trying to see if they can buy some time for the wrecking ball to get back. They want to stop this cart. All right, there we go.
I mean, Jeff, they got almost 40 meters because they forgot all about the point. They left TS1 to their own devices and almost got 40 meters of charge going through. So, I mean...
On a lost fight.
On a lost fight. I mean, Swigs right now has the big brain pick, and that's a big anti came out.
Ooh, a lot of hands on the wrecking ball. Rattler shrugs it off. It's going to be a shout concerning a rush out for Purdue Gold as they move in and try to find some of the squishier targets out of the Raiders, and Axe feels the business end of that deal. 2 kills, 3 kills picked up with Alistair getting that dash reset. And TS1 will continue to move. 2 fight wins here for Purdue Gold, and they're still back by about 20 meters.
There's that virus again that I was talking about in the previous series. So when you hack a target, the virus ability actually, I think it's 25% more damage taken when you.
It's not more damage taken. It's the same damage taken, but it's just 2 seconds faster. It's over 2 seconds instead of 4 seconds.
I'm still learning this new Sombra right now. That's a huge pick though from Tom.
Yeah, Corey is hacked. The virus landed as well. Blade, Nano there. Knave, try to see if they can equalize. Jogo with the rampage to get away. It's a bit of a stalemate between the two. Jogo's going to duck around the corner. Had the healing from Tom. And staying cleverly hidden. not get hit by that rampage, but eventually J-Joker and Corgi both find some blood. Find some value off of their picks. TS1 getting a bit of whiplash going back and forth here in the middle as J-Joker looks to run down Aiden Hulk. Oh no, Aiden Hulk cannot get away.
And it is less than 2 meters the difference between these two teams right now, and we are at 6:50 on the clock. So I mean, not even 3.5 minutes off the clock, and Rattler's just here to provide a little bit of stall.
But the Raiders haven't won a fight. That's what's so ridiculous about all this. The Raiders have yet to win a team fight, but they're still winning the map. I mean, at least by half a meter currently. Kitsune rush out, EMP as well. Oh, and the Raiders are looking to take this thing back. The aim is dropping a beautiful sound barrier, though. And here comes Purdue Gold on the counter punch. Both Genjis out of this fight. J-Joko really one shattered axe out of the back. The blade doesn't land, but the carnage will, and the on is gone. Now attention turned onto the other support. And, well, I mean, there was just nothing to keep Rattler alive on the front line.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, what great play. What great play from J-Joko right there to make sure that they confirmed their target kill down. I mean, we're going to have Rampage in the next big engagement. This is actually disgusting coming from J-Joko. We've seen nothing but the Reinhardt other than the stint on the attack on Nubani with this Junker Queen using this so well.
Yeah, Rattler eventually makes the swap over to the JQ as well and is already dead. There's a massive rampage that Alistair has completely followed up on and gets 3 final blows. Good start. Purdue Gold have been flawless. The Raiders snuck 40 meters in, but Purdue Gold have won every single fight.
Nano on the board. Rattler over to the JQ of them for their own. The big thing for right now is that you're going to have a blade from Alistair. I mean, Alistair has been so good.
And that blade is out. Nano thrown onto Corgi. I love that play. Not only keeps Corgi alive, but the amp damage, very useful with the new Sombra. Alas, it is Swigs who gets the final blow. You see the jacket blade just go wide on Shattered Axe's screen. Kitsune rush out from Purdue as they try to push forward, build up the rest of this EMP. Swig's only 15% away, and it could be the thing that closes out the map and the series here for Purdue. Nade with a blade online to try to counter back, and a big ante puts J-Joka into the dirt. Rattler stayed up despite the hack. Corgi as well, going down very low. Finally, the EMP comes in, but it's too little too late here for Purdue, and the Raiders finally win a team fight here in New Queen Street.
And we cross the halfway point here on push, and we're starting to see a little bit of the turnover here. So Rattler getting off the ball, absolutely perfect. They've got the Rampage ready to go. The aim over to the Lucio.
A lot of room to make up here for the Raiders, and they lose their honor at the very beginning of the fight. Not good. Already done. That fight was done before it even began, Billy.
I mean, looking at Swigs right now and looking at Rattler, yeah, Rattler goes down, Aiden Holt goes down. Oh, my word. This is going to be a forward progression once again. Swigs is having a fun time on the newly buffed Sombra. And they're just dealing with, Knave so easily. Nanoblade's going to be available in this fight, though, Jeff.
There's the Rampage EMP combo, and it's monstrous. That gets almost everybody. Damn. Very clean play. I mean, it was 3 ults thrown in, but a clean fight win from the Raiders.
There's our Gong of Death. And, I mean, absolutely perfect. Look at this EMP. Over the top. Just gets everybody.
Yeah, EMP hits all 5. Rampage hits 4 of the 5. Nano thrown on a Knave just for good measure.
Yeah, you probably could have saved the Nano, honestly. But, I mean, you know what? It is what it is.
Blade out from Alistair, and Aiden Hook immediately gets cut in twain. Shattered Axe follows shortly thereafter. Most supports falling to the katana of Alistair, who only has 30 health. Will get finished off. Knave equalizing here, but without supports, the Raiders just have to back up. Yeah, or die. That's enough.
Or die. I mean, we're looking at a 70, almost a 70-meter difference right now. J-Joka, with the Rampage right now, nothing to defend against it. I mean, you got a Suzu. And if Shattered Axe is the first to fall, this could be the beginning of the end for MSOE.
Yeah, keeping a sharp eye on Shattered Axe there in the very back. EMP, the hack is in onto Shattered Axe. They have to stay alive. They're trying to get the Suzu out of this fight before they pull the trigger on the Rampage. Shattered Axe is still alive. The Rampage is in. Yep, there's the cleanse, at least onto themselves, but Aiden Hulk doesn't get the Suzu and will eventually fall. The speed is gone, but Rattler wins the JQ duel. So Raiders still have an edge in this fight, if even ever so slight. And this has just gotten a bit messy. Rampage out from Rattler to try to finish this off, but AIM had the sound barrier. It's a bit of a stalemate. Kitsune Rush from Purdue Gold might just be the difference maker. Swing's taking full advantage. Now looking to chase down Aiden Hulk as well. Purdue will keep moving here with TS1.
Yep, we've got EMP online as well. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, it's basically a battle of the hacks onto the Kiriko to make sure that you can't get Suzu out right now. And this is the big thing. And, I mean, I would put Kitsune Rush out right now after you get out of the effects.
Yeah, it's another big EMP out of Swigs. And despite themselves falling, the team is able to get the work done on the back of it. Sacrificial play from Swigs to try to keep this bot moving forward and see if they can close out this final map. Less than a minute to go.
I mean, 50 seconds on the clock. I mean, we're looking at nothing in the bank here for Purdue Gold. You've got the Kitsune Rush ready to go. This will build up both DPS ultimates, so they should be able to win on the back of a Kitsune Rush.
Rattler making a swap over to the Reinhardt. And feels like a bit of a Nuno reverse guard here on the Queen Street. 30 seconds remaining, and Kitsune Rush out here from the Raiders. Corgi falls before they're able to take full advantage of that, though. Nave trying to go into the back, all focus on the J-Joke, and eventually they are cut down. Speaking of cutting, Nave now draws out the katana, finishes off the other Genji, who also had their sword drawn. It is a bit of an anime duel going on here in Toronto, and at one, it looks like Purdue's on top. Swigs has just a touch of health, though. And still, both teams battling out around this point. Purdue will eventually have to back up, but they have chewed up the entire of regulation time.
I mean, EMP can win you a fight here. I think Aiden Hulk needs probably 2 fights to get their sound barrier up. And Rattler is back on the wrecking ball. We saw a lot of good stall potential and a lot of good mobility.
Rattler he was kind of stuck on a suboptimal pick here just to get back onto the point. And MSOE have to win so many fights in a row. EMP to start things off here for Corgi. And they're just not finding the kills on the back of it. Alistair is just sticking around despite being hacked, hanging out, camping in the back line. Suzu will cleanse the Rampage from J-Joka, but a sound barrier will keep Purdue Gold alive and standing. They take the fight. They claim TS1, Toronto in the entire series. For Purdue, moving on to 2-0 on the season.
Okay, week 1 be damned. MSOE is going to be a force to reckon with. I want to put that out there right now. Corgi, going from support to DPS, yes, please, more of this.
Looked fantastic. Looked so good in the DPS role. And the Raiders, I'd have to agree. They're returning strong here in the 23-24 season. But, I mean, the story of the day is Purdue. With counting last year's regular season, have won 11 straight. Even with a completely revamped squad. Not a single returning player from the championship-winning Purdue Gold of 22-23. And yet they still look just as formidable.
I think we do need to unbind J-Joka's pin, though.
Let the Reinhardt have fun. Let the Reinhardt have fun.
I mean, we saw it time and time again, though. Up against a formidable support core. Right here, this is why. You can't go in that deep if you're not ready and able to take care of the things that need to be taken care of. I mean,
Shattered Axe is definitely no slouch. You can't. One does not simply chase down Shattered Axe.
This is going to be our rally cry for the rest of the year. I mean, what would Shattered Axe do? That's what we all need to be asking ourselves is, what would Shattered Axe do? Also, Rattler is actually a damn good tank. The game sense, great. I mean, look at that. You talked about it, the LOS on the stairs.
Yeah, really good awareness.
Absolutely beautiful awareness. And, yeah, I mean, game, please don't fall off the map anymore.
I mean, hey, you know what? If you can win New Queen Street that convincingly, maybe that's the new routine. Maybe AIM just runs and leaps into the river to start off New Queen Street every time, just out of superstition at this point, because that was dominant. Purdue won, what, 5 team fights in a row before the Raiders could even really get their feet underneath them.
I mean, yeah, I'm totally here for it. It was so good. It was so good for both teams. Yeah, it's a 3-1, but that's probably one of the closest 3-1s that I've ever experienced in my life. And I mean, this just builds up to, these students absolutely playing their hearts out. And tenacity is the word of the day here in the NECC Week 2. We are talking about tenacious players and putting it all out there. 3-1, yeah, it's a great score, but that does not tell the whole story.
No, certainly not. I look forward to seeing more out of both of these squads. Champions Division is going to be a lot of fun this year. I can already tell. And we've got more fun coming up. We have one more match for you tonight. It will be another bit of an extended break, so bear with us, but don't go too far. When we return, it will be NAU taking on Sac State